So the phrase "everything happens for a reason," I believe ends up fostering a dangerous kind of submission in the face of conflict or any sort of obstacle, really. And when I hear that and when I think about that phrase, it kind of implies that bad things don't need to be solved, or that bad things that are preventable don't have to be prevented. And that's kind of like intuitively, when I put it like that, I hope that sounds, kind of silly. For example, if you get into a car crash and, one way of accepting or one way of dealing with it is you're saying that happened for a reason. Does that mean you don't try and solve, what went wrong? Was it your own fault? Was there something you could have controlled that you could have changed? And that's where I believe the sentiment for, what's the word? I submit that there's a nice sentiment in everything happens for a reason. Being okay with negative things happening to you. Because if you try and fester over those things and think, oh, if only I did this or did that or did that or what, it's not really going to help you in the long run, right? But in terms of actual practicality, how can a negative experience help you grow, right? How can that help you be a better person or avoid that accident from happening again? Going with the car crash example, say that, you're obsessing over that. You're thinking, oh, if only I did this, only if I went a little bit later, only if I had this happened. All these things that you have the control of doing, you can now consider when you're driving. But if something wasn't in your control and you didn't have anything to do with it, it wasn't your fault at all, obsessing over that's not healthy for you, right? Obviously, if something is going to be, concerning you, it should at least be something that you have control over, that you can change. Because we can change a lot of things in our life. And that's why I believe everything happens for a reason implies that you don't have that power, and it diminishes your ability as a human to change things. You can do things to your body, to yourself. That actually sounds like it has a negative connotation, so instead of saying it like that, there are incredible things you can do with your body and with your mind when you put things to it, as cliche as that sounds, that can help you in the end. If you made a mistake one time, or something negative happens to you in general, or a person in your family dies, rest their soul, right? I'm sorry if that's happened to you, not to me personally. If somebody in your family dies and you use, everything happens for a reason to accept it, I think that's a very healthy usage of it, right? But if their death was preventable, for example, in this pandemic, if their death could have been prevented by measures that were taken earlier or by somebody's actions or maybe the lack thereof, maybe you should be upset about it. And maybe we should all collectively be sharing the responsibility of doing things in our power to make sure that preventable things don't happen. And these things happen, and these things don't happen so that, for a reason, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But, it comes off weirdly. I hope you get the sentiment that I'm trying to share. If you can do something in your power to prevent something that is preventable, freaking go right ahead, man. Dude, bro, whatever. So, I guess that's it, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Don't let yourself submit to things that can be solved, but don't obsess over things that can't be solved by yourself. There's some nuance, and I hope this was helpful and wonderful. So, bye-bye.